Good morning, everybody. My name is Lori. This is Lolly Joe Budget and Debt Payoff Journey. Thank you for watching my video today. I appreciate everybody who takes the time to watch my videos and subscribe to my channel, and even hitting the like button. It means a lot to me. It makes me feel like I'm reaching my people, people who can relate to what I'm going through. The purpose of my channel is to share with the world my finances, my budget, and my debt payoff journey. Last year I paid off over $52,000 in debt. In 2026, I'm planning on paying off about $43,000, and I'm hoping that maybe even more than that, but I won't pay off at least 43. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so for February, right off the bat, I'm going to tell you that I went way over budget in February. Way over budget. Okay, so my original plan was $7,719.79. It ended up being $9,578.18. So really the difference I was able to cover with just money that I had in my, I don't want to call it a rollover exactly, but money I'd had like in my accounts. Basically money I don't want to call it savings, but yeah, I guess technically it was savings money. But, okay, so for savings, I had planned to save $2,676.29, and I actually saved $2,692. So it's a difference of $15.71. My savings was planned 35%, and it was actually about 28% of my expenses, of the money that I spent. So compared to last year, February 2025, I saved $1,090. And so the difference between 2025 and 2026 is $1,600. Okay, and for debt, I planned $3,927.51. That includes interest. I'd actually paid $4,072. And that was a difference of $145 thereabouts, $44. It was originally planned to be about 51%, ended up being about 43%. In February of 2025, of the same debts I paid this year that I paid last year, because I had more debt last year in February, so I didn't include that in this number. But I planned $3,194.75, and the difference was $877.25. So I paid off a little bit more in February this year than I did in February of last year. Okay, for regular expenses, I planned $1,115.99. It ended up being $1,755.59, a difference of $600 and almost $40. My planned percent of expenses was about 15%. It ended up being about 18%. So in 2025, my regular expenses was $2,199.80. So I spent a lot more last year on expenses, regular expenses, the difference of which is $444.21. Okay, for annual and infrequent expenses, I wasn't planning on paying any annual expenses in February, but I had an opportunity to pay those bills, so I went ahead and paid $1,058.59, and of course last year it was only $25. Okay, so once again my total plan was $7,719.78. My actual is $9,578.18, a difference of $1,858.39. Okay, for savings, I had planned to save $198 in my regular savings, which is basically money that I use for annual expenses or other things that just happened to come up. I actually saved $279.58, a difference of $81.58. It was about, I'm not going to go over the percentages over here because it's a lot to do that. But last year, February, I saved $244.70, a difference of $34.88. Okay, for my First Horizon savings, which is for extra debt, I planned 100 and I sent 100, and last year I didn't have the First Horizon account. What? Yes. Okay, that's correct. Okay, it's Chase. I planned 25, saved 25, and that's what I saved last year also. And for my mortgage checking or my escrow HOA savings, I planned 200, but because I actually paid my escrow shortage, I only saved $83.14. Last year I saved $113.23, a difference of $29.10. My 401k contribution was $184.88, and last year I did not make a contribution in February. In my emergency fund, I planned 700, I sent 500, a difference of 200. And last year I only put in $50, so I saved $450 more this year than last year. In my mortgage escrow, which is the money that, when I make my mortgage payment, it's the money that goes directly into my escrow account, was $468, and that's what it ended up being. Last year it was $457.48, a difference of $10.93. Okay, and I planned $700 for cash savings, and I actually took out $950. Okay, and last year I had $100, a difference of $850. So for regular savings, I planned $2,676.29, and I actually saved $2,692. Last year I saved in February, once again, I saved $1,090.41 last year, a difference of $1,601.59. Okay. For my Fidelity credit card, I planned to send $670. I sent $680, a difference of $10. And last year I did not have a Fidelity credit card, so all of it, of course, $680 is the difference. My first home improvement loan, I planned $350. I sent $421.77, and a difference of $71.77. Last year I sent $272.81, a difference of $148.96. My second home improvement loan, I planned $350. I sent $321.45, a difference of $28.55. Last year I sent $294.54. This year, a difference of $26.91. In my car, I planned $450. I sent $541.27. A difference of $91.27. And last year I sent $534.86, a difference of $6.41. My 401k loan, I planned $375.92, and that's what I sent, and that's what it was last year. In my mortgage, I planned $1731.59, and that's what I sent. So there was zero difference. Last year my mortgage payment was $1716.62, a difference of $14.97. Okay, so once again, my total debt payment was planned $3,927.51. I sent $4,072, a difference of $144.49. Okay, and last year I sent $3,194.75, a difference of $877.25. Okay. Alright, for regular expenses, I had planned $31.54 for the phone, and that's what it was. Last year it was $31.02, a difference of 52 cents. Internet, I planned $82.91. It was $82.88, and last year it was $143.03, a difference of $60.15. For water, I planned $70, and that's what I sent. Last year it was about $60, a difference of $10. Electric, I planned 112. I sent 125, a difference of $13. Last year I sent 122, a difference of $3. Natural gas, I planned 90, sent 90. Last year it was 198.59, a difference of 108.59, and that's because I'm on the budget program now. Food, household, and personal, I planned 350. I spent $510.96, a difference of $160.97. Last year I spent 508, and that was a difference of $297. For allowance and hobbies, I planned 100. I spent $187.17, a difference of $87.17. Last year I spent $332.73, a difference of $145.56. Auto expenses, I planned 100 and I I planned 100 and I spent 100. Last year I spent $592.78, a difference of $492.78. Pet expenses, I planned 83.11. I spent 76.02, difference of 7.09, and last year I did not have a pet. Landscaping, planned 79, and that's what 74.99, and that's what it was. Looks like I made a mistake right here. That's supposed to be $74.99. Okay, for HVAC, it's $21.44. That's what it was, and that's what it was last year. And my medical, I had planned $0. I spent $385.58. Last year for medical, I spent $190.24, a difference of $195.34. Once again, for regular expenses, I'd planned $1,105.99. I spent $1,755.59. And last year I spent $2,199.80, a difference of $444.21. Okay, annual expenses. My tax prep, I paid it in January, but then you guys know the story. I had to, I got my money back from the money I spent in January because the person who does my taxes had left that company. So I got that money back and paid her with it in February. So it's like I paid it twice, but I got a refund, and so it kind of breaks. It's the same, right? Let's see, I spent $16.95 on my son, which I wasn't planning on. And the next one is car insurance. I got the bills, $475.57. So even though I wasn't planning on paying it in February, I went ahead and paid it since I had the money. And so of course in February I didn't pay it. I paid it in March of last year. So it was kind of, I was trying to figure out how do I account for that, because I did pay it. It looks like I didn't pay it last year because it says $0 on it, but I paid it in March. Okay, and extra escrow, my homeowner's insurance was $21.55 last year. It was $24.87 this year, so it went up a little bit, but I only had to pay $166.07 in my escrow, which is something else I was thinking I'd pay in March. Okay, and so for annual expenses, $1,058.59. Okay, so that's it. That's my February budget recap. I hope you guys like the comparison to last year. To me, it's really interesting to me. I hope it's interesting to you guys. And once again, thank you very much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.